So, good evening. I'm seeing new faces here. Maybe not new because I've been out for a month. But do you guys that come here, are you guys new to the center or new to Spiritism? Like, do you know anything about Spiritism? Both? Okay, do you know about Spiritism as well?
I'm new to both.
A little bit?
No, I'm new.
You knew? Okay, so just a brief concept. Spiritism is what's right here. Spirituality, logic, and science meet perfectly. So it's not just about the way we perceive the world in terms of faith and trust. We work with the unshakable faith, which is the one based on logic, based on facts, based on science as well. So today we're going to talk a little bit about healing trust, the kind of trust that you use to heal yourself. If you really believe in yourself, you can do a lot of different things. But the problem is normally we don't believe in ourselves. And science says that your brain don't know what is right and what is wrong, and don't know what is real and what's not. So if you repeat it, that's why we have the saying, fake it until you make it, is because you make it believe that you can do it. And all of a sudden, yes, you can. So we're going to talk about how Jesus and other parables and other passages talk about this, and how can we use that to help us to live better and to aggregate something to the world. And of course, I need to turn it on. Or not. So, why did Jesus heal people? Why did he went and start healing people instead of just praying, just saying, or just, talking about God? Any insights? Please don't talk everybody at the same time because I cannot hear you. Why did Jesus heal people? Any clues? Why does Spiritism shows up with flying tables? Why they start getting attention to the public with something that was kind of trivial? And of course, he was not trivial at all. It's just because it has to happen as something extraordinary to call attention. So, there's some passages or there's some parables in the Bible that talks about the wedding at Cana. Like, he turned water to wine. But the main thing was not this one. He told Ishmael and Simeon that were there to go ahead in front of him and spread the good news, spread the miracles that he was doing. Why? Because he needs this kind of advertising in order to promote faith, to promote trust, to people to believe. Because most like St. Thomas, everybody needs to see it to believe it. Especially by that time. They need to see something happen in front of them to believe that somebody has superpowers or can heal the world or, it's the Savior or whatever they think he was at the time. And he needed that. He needed because the way that we thought, not because the way he thinks. He knows that it's a way better than that. But then that's the thing about Zadok and the 10 lepers. Zadok was really wealthy, rich, and he developed leper, and he was sent to the leprosy colony. And he and 9 others just left the place to see Jesus because nobody could leave the place. But they left because they knew that Jesus was coming, and they start yelling for Jesus to help them. And Jesus went and cured them. A miracle. But what happened? From all the 9 ones, just one came back to thank him. And what did he say? you're going to be the only one who's going to get cured. Because healing don't come from the outside to the inside. It comes from the inside to the outside. Think about the diseases that we have. You don't cure the symptom. You have to cure the root of the disease. And it's inside of us. So the other 9 just want to get cured. So they were not. Just the body was cured. But the reason that they developed the leper was there inside of them. And then they didn't touch it. So they will develop that again. It's like us. We try to get something out of us real quick because we have so much things to do in life. We are in a hurry all the time. We don't have time to heal ourselves in a good way. We don't give time to trust that something's going to happen and that we can do it. Because normally we take our trust and we believe in somebody else. We do not believe in ourselves. And if you don't believe in yourself, you don't have the power to heal yourself. You don't have the power to heal other people because you don't know and you don't believe that you do have the power. If you don't believe, if you tell your brain that you cannot do it, then you cannot do it. Why Jesus used to say, your faith heal you? Wasn't he so powerful and everything? Yes, but he needed a channel to infuse the blessings as a form of energy inside the body. And the channel was the faith. You, the first time here, you're gonna go to the pastor's room. If you don't know anything about this, we're gonna give you energy, but it's gonna be around. If you don't allow that energy to get into your body, if you don't give us a channel to give you this energy, then it will be around you, waiting for a time that you allow that to get in. That's as simple as that. That's science per se. This is not religious. But our faith has the capability of healing us. Do you believe in yourself? Sometimes. Do you believe in yourself? Yes. Do you believe in yourself, sir? So we are all gods, right? We have this capability of changing things if we do really believe. The thing is, most of the time we believe in God. God believes in us. But we don't believe in us. So, there is a passage on the book called Minutes of Wisdom. They say, God believes in you. If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in God. Because if he believes in you, how can you not believe in yourself? Oh, because he didn't tell me that he believes me. Yeah, he also didn't go to your home to have breakfast or dinner. And you still believe in him. Start believing in somebody that you look at every single day. Then you're going to heal a lot of things inside of you. And then you can help people to heal themselves as well. By trusting yourself. Trust is the key. Healing happens in the soul. This book, unfortunately, is not in English. It's in Portuguese, but probably sooner we're going to have it released by the American Federation. It's called Start of Light. And they say, many went to celebrate because they were sick for a long time. Unfortunately, before long, the bodies will be taken over leprosy again. That's what Jesus told the leper that came back to thank him to be cured. Their healing was not only that of the physical body. True healing only happens in the soul. And the soul, it's something internal, something that you talk to yourself. It's your quota of God that you have inside yourself. Therefore, speak I to them in parables, because they're seeing, they don't see. Hearing, they don't hear. Neither they don't understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which said, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand. And seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. Nowadays, science say that it's not what you're looking for, but what you're seeing. It's not what you're hearing, but what you're understanding. How many centuries ago it was said in other words? It's just about perception. It's a perception that you have about yourself, a perception you have about the world, and that you use as a filter to understand whatever is being said and showed to you. And that's why normally all the speakers in this center say, don't believe in what I'm saying. Go yourself, research, and have your own understanding of the facts. We're just presenting what is in books and what we can do. But maybe it's not the truth. It is for me, for my reasoning. Maybe it's not for yours. So please, please, please don't stop right here. Go ahead and research yourselves. Healing happens in the soul. We do not cure the body with the body. We cure the body with the mind. And if the mind is confused and upset, it cannot cure anything properly. 400 BC, Plato. Ooh, we still didn't hear that, right? We still didn't understand that, right? We do not heal the body with the body. We heal with this little thing here. That we have around 85,000 thoughts a day. Each thought is kind of an order that you give to the brain. And we are so tired by the end of the day. Because we mistake a lot of questionings with something perfect. And that is studies that we just use 8% of our thoughts for something that is really wealthy and healthy for us.
Go ahead, even 1,000 today.
1,000 good? Hey man, you're out of the curve because a lightning just followed you and is still talking. So I'm not going to talk about things that happen to you, okay? You're off the curb. The worst disease is that of the soul, where the spirit goes through pains and trials. So the worst disease doesn't happen in the body. It happens in the soul. And of course, because it creates some emotions, and emotion creates some substances inside of our bodies, then we get sick. But it starts in the soul. Illnesses are found within people and are just waiting for the moment to erupt in the physical body. Man is the synthesis of his own experiences, author of his destiny, which he elaborates through the impositions of determinism and free will. Dr. Roberto Boglio wrote The Diseases of the Soul. What is that tells us? That we don't believe in ourselves. We don't have trust in ourselves. And all these untrustworthy things or thoughts that we have creates a lot of chemical elements inside of us, and somehow, and in some time, we get sick. It should be really simple if it was not said. But that's the way it is. We don't control in the right way, the way that we think and the way that we talk to ourselves. Normally, we are the most severe judges to ourselves. When you point your finger to yourself, whoa, you're grounded for a long time inside of yourself. So it's a cage inside a cage. So inside the body. We have to try to mitigate. We have to try to alleviate. We have to try to soften it up a little bit. Don't be so harsh on you. I used to say, and the video is going to hate me again, but I'm going to put the... A lot of good things. But now, we are not them. Live with this and progress from where you are. Don't try to step up and say, "Hey, I'm good." No, I'm not.
So you say we should raise our standards?
We should see the floor. We should look at the floor that we step up, that we stand. Then you can step up. Because like Paul used a horse, and he fell off the horse in front of the Damascus wall. He fell off the horse with a bright light. And the bright light is mostly information that you don't want to have for yourself, and you push back, and you push back, and you push back. And all of a sudden comes like a blinding light. And metaphorically, you fell off your horse, and you hit the ground. Because we're always on the ground, but we never look to the ground if you can go faster than that. We are safe on the ground. Where is your ground? Where are you? Then you can progress. But don't try to progress. Oh, I'm going to be just like Jesus. Good luck. I'm going to start with baby steps, knowing where I'm starting from and where I want to get to. When I get to, then I have a second plan. In order to do that, you have to have faith on you, and you have to know where you are. Illness is a way to draw people's attention to follow the path of good. It's a time out when you are doing something that is not healthy or good for you and others. Normally, you get something. You don't pay attention, you get something plus. You don't pay attention, you get something plus plus. You don't pay attention, you get worse. Why don't we pay attention? Please don't answer, because I've been asking that for the last 58 years, so don't have the answer yet. But I'm questioning myself. Why, knowing everything, why we keep repeating the same old that doesn't work and is not good for ourselves? My Father does not want people suffering, but people seek their suffering with their own hands. Oops, that hurts, but it's true. The healing power of illness. Believe me, if you understand illness as an opportunity to see things in a different perspective, then illness has a healing power. There is a book talking about this. No wonder we hate our symptoms so much, since they are what force us to express precisely those principles that we must intend not to expose. So we continue to fight the symptoms without taking advantage of the opportunity they represent to serve our cure. Most of the symptoms will tell us a lot about our illness. And instead of embracing and let them teach us somehow, we fight them. We say, "Get out of here. I don't want you. I want you to be nice. I want you to be..." For the ones that don't know too much Spiritism, that is, Spiritism believes that everything is energy. My voice is energy projected. My body has energy. My soul is energy. Therefore, souls that are outside the body are energy as well. And they connect by what? Sympathy. Like if I'm thinking something good, I attract energy or spirits that are good. If I'm thinking something bad, the same thing happens. So it depends on what you think. And there is a lot of books like this one and other ones that are dictated by spirits too, and channeled by people that has this special gift, yeah, or a special ability, and they write what they say. One of them is Brother X, and he was telling that they went to a hospital to help to see the people suffering and who they can help. And they got to a room that everybody was suffering, asking Jesus and praying for get better and stuff. And they look at the guy that took them, the mentor that took them to the place, and ask, can we help them? And to give them a lesson, the mentor allowed everybody to give passes to make them better. The other day they came back. They were better. There was no one thinking about praying to God. Everyone was praying, was thinking about what they're going to do when they leave the hospital, the bills that they need to pay, somebody that they need to get back to. So we only pray and we only think about something for our souls when we are suffering. That's hard. But that's the reality. So, no wonder we hate our symptoms so much, because they force us to express precisely those principles that we most intend not to expose. Hard, but true. When somebody here asks for trouble in life, like to have ups and downs in life, raise your hand. Yeah, I believe not. We always think that life can be a steady line. But think about our EEG. A steady line means that you are? Whoa. Can you open this, the sound on the video, my friend? The computer, it's open.
When we die, our lifeline does this. When we're alive, our lifeline does this. Notice how that connects with our real experience of life. Life is full of ups and downs. It means you're alive. Twists and turns. Love and loss. Happiness and sadness. Success and failure. We experience extreme highs, peaks, and summits, and at the same time experience the troughs, the lows, and submit. Life is kind of like one big crazy roller coaster. It starts slowly, fills you with anticipation and curiosity, takes you up, and then sends you flying down, only to rise up quickly again. We laugh until it hurts. We cry inside a little, experience a few moments where we wanted to stop and hope it's all over, but it just keeps going. We somehow think that success is linear, an upward line. There is literally no case study for that. Everyone we admire has ups and downs. Your body mostly replaces itself every 7 to 15 years. The organs that work the hardest have the fastest changeover. You get a whole new skin every 2 to 4 weeks. Your red blood cells last less than half a year. And your liver renews itself at least once every couple of years. The universe is always changing. We are always changing. But we want to remain the same. We settle for security, not recognizing that a flat lifeline means we're dead. Real life is ups and downs. Death looks like this. Every time I see that, I remind myself, this is living, this isn't. In the journey of life, we pass pleasure and pain. There will be sunshine and rain. There will be loss and gain. But we must learn to move forward again and again. Don't judge the moment. Don't try to hang on because it will keep pushing you forward. And remember, this morning, if you're healthy, you're happier than the 1 million people that will not survive this week. If there's food in your fridge, shoes on your feet, clothes on your body, a bed to sleep on, and a roof over your head, you're richer than 75% of people in the world. And if you have a bank account, money in your wallet or a purse, or coins in a jar, you're in the top 8% of the world's wealthiest. We cannot avoid the ups and downs, but we can change the way we see them. Because as Wayne Dyer said, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change.
Easier now to believe in yourself? Knowing that you're 8% of the wealthier population in this world? Because we normally compare ourselves to the ones that have more. And then we diminish ourselves. We put ourselves down. Why? Maybe they teach us to do that, but again, there is no reason for that. There is always reason to understand that what you accomplish up to now, it's amazing. Because focus is just like Wayne Dyer said. When we look at something, the rest disappear. So what you're choosing to look when you wake up, what you're choosing to look when you are at work, what you're choosing to look when you are here, that's what your brain will give you more of the same thing. Will justify your thoughts, will justify your acts, and you start trusting more in yourself. And with this trust come healing. Healing with a lot of questioning, healing with a lot of insecurities, healing with a lot of things that you have inside of you and you can destroy. But you need to have the right perspective. You need to focus on right things. Otherwise, if I wake up and say, oh, today's going to be a bad day, for sure it will. Because I just give the order to my brain to justify that today's going to be a bad day. Why don't you try to do the opposite? Today's going to be a great day. And let your brain work. That's your brain's job. But just give orders that help you. Not anything. Your faith has saved you. Our faith has the power of save us. Your faith brings you health, or your faith heal you. That's what the sentence up means. Can bring you a healthy future. It can bring, positive energies for yourself. And you're going to use that to heal your body. You don't even need to know that. Your body has the capability of doing that by itself. If we renew our body from 2 to 2 years, why do you still have the same disease from 3 years ago? Why didn't it change? Your faith, the feelings that create that disease. Because if you change and it's not there, once your body organically renew itself, it's not there anymore. But we need to understand that we have this capability and have faith that we can do that. The healed person's faith was the channel through which the power of God made the healing happen. The only thing, tell me, what was the only thing that Jesus couldn't change in this planet? I don't allow you guys. I'm talking to the audience here, okay? Go ahead.
His own destiny.
Huh?
He couldn't change his own destiny.
His own destiny? Yeah, he could. Yes, he could. Totally, he could. He has a free will. He could run. He could make a deal with the Romans and say, "Oh, hey, I'm a pastor. That's okay." Yes, he could. What was the only thing that he couldn't change?
Can't change everything. People mind?
People's minds. He couldn't change the human being. When he was in front of them, they were huge. They were amazed. A week after not seeing him, they start being themselves again. So, that's the thing about humans. That's the thing about ourselves. The only one that we can change is ourselves. We cannot change anybody. If Jesus himself couldn't change the others, don't even try. And we do try, right? Don't need to raise your hands, but when you got married for the first time, did you think, oh, she would change? He will change. Yeah, he would change from a prince to a frog. She would change from a princess to an ogre. And that's the change. But we always had this vision because we need to believe in something and we choose the little lies that most fit to the time frame that we were.
Like a wise frog.
Yeah. Still a frog, but a white frog. A wise frog is better than a frog. You got me there. The fluid has to reach the organic matter in order to repair it. It can then be directed towards the disease by the will of the healer, or attract by the ardent desire, by trust in a world, by the faith of the patient. We are talking here about passes, which is transmitting energy from the palm of the passista hand, the pass giver hand, to the person that is sit on his chair. But the channel to get in is trust. And the pass healer or the pass giver can direct that energy to some parts of your body that needs that energy, or if you really believe, he doesn't even need to do that because you're going to pull. I give passes here, and sometimes most of the time we feel some energy coming out of our hands. Sometimes it's like a vacuum. I put closer to the chakra and it's like, whoa! It's like, what the, really? So it's amazing what your will and what your faith can do for you. And we take that for granted most of the time.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We could easily die of thirst if you're inside a pool full of water, but if you do not open your mouth and let it in, you can die of thirst.
Because I don't want to drink water from the pool. Yeah, you prefer to die. You prefer to
we can be
dehydrate.
getting all the energy there, but if we don't let it in, it's not gonna change much.
We are creatures of habit, and normally we don't live the now. We live yesterday or live the future. So we go to a movie theater thinking about what we're gonna eat after the movie. And we go to the restaurant thinking about how much time I still have in the parking meter. And then when it comes Monday, we think about when Friday is gonna come. And when it comes Friday, we think about, oh my God, Monday is on the corner. We're never here. We never think about the moment. And if we don't think about the moment, we cannot seize the moment. And we cannot enjoy this time, which is a gift. Right? We are all together now in this present moment. This is a gift. If you think about what you're going to do later, you're not here anymore. You are in La La Land. If you get to the passes thinking about La La Land, probably Your energy, not our energy from the past givers, will not go to La La Land, but it's going to be around you, waiting for you to come back, in order to make a little bit of effect inside your body. You guys know the miracle of the 5 loaves and 2 fish from Jesus, correct? We had this knowledge that he multiplied the food because there was a multitude of people and there was just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. How did he do that? Miracle. In the spiritual world, that is an explanation. He has all those wisdom and knowledge from composition of matter. We're talking about science. We're talking about Jesus. Terrestrial and universal magnetism and ectoplasm. He had a perfect connection with spirits, not incarnated, who worked under his command because he was a high spirit. He is. His team of workers manipulate the forms on the spiritual plane and use the fluids of the crown to make the materialization of the loaves and fishes. So, yes, when you think about meditation, and if we're going to give something to the world, yes, we have ectoplasm. Spirits use that to heal other spirits incarnated that need that kind of energy to heal themselves. And he used to materialize food because he could, because he had the knowledge. And this is on the book Star of Light, that was dictated by the spirit of Ishmael and Simeon. The food was prepared in the spiritual plane and materialized in the physical plane. This was not difficult for Jesus. What was difficult for Jesus? Change us. Just so you know, we are that easy. His great difficulty was to implant his teachings in the hearts of men, as it depend only on them. I can't stay here talking, and if you guys don't want to hear me, you're not going to hear me. Oh, you do have a problem. You don't think you have a problem? You do not have a problem. Believe you me. I'm going to just waste my time. And that's why we say, so be it. So be it's not a form of being, compliant to something that is too hard to achieve. So be it's like, if you don't want to change right now, I'm not going to spend more time trying to change you, because maybe tomorrow you have a different perspective. Maybe a week from now I have better perspective. Maybe a month or a year. But now you're not willing to change. So be it. Make sense? Are you awake? Yes. Good. Audio again, my friend.
A college professor began her class by holding up a bottle of water. She asked the students, "How much do you think this bottle weighs?" 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, the students answered. And then she said, "Imagine I hold this bottle like this for a few minutes. What do you think would happen?" One of the students shouted, "Nothing." So she said, "What if I was to hold this bottle for a few hours?" The student said that her arm would then start to hurt. So she asked again, "And what if I was to hold this bottle for 24 hours?" They said you would be in extreme pain, your arm could fall off or be totally aching. The professor then said, "Notice the weight of the bottle didn't change during that time at all. The only thing that changed was the length of time I was holding it." She said this bottle represents our challenges, our problems, our worries, our stress and anxiety, and it shows that the longer we hold on to them, the more damage and harm they can cause us. Your peace is more important than driving yourself crazy trying to understand why something happened the way it did. let it go. As Eckhart Tolle said, sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. We don't let it go because we think we can control it. If a person shows you their true colors, don't waste your energy trying to repaint them. If a situation isn't serving you or growing you, don't try to control it. Let it go. Stop wasting energy on people who make you feel like you are hard to love. One of the best moments in life is finding the courage to let go of what you cannot change. It's not holding on that's the issue. It's what we're holding on to. We can either hold on to things that weigh us down or lift us up. Sometimes the weight we want to lose isn't on our body. The most expensive real estate in the world isn't Dubai, it's not Singapore, it's not New York or San Francisco. It's your mind. Don't let anything or anyone stay there for free. You have to understand that people come and go. Stop holding on to those who let go of you a long time ago. Sometimes the person who hurt you, they won't have the answers. You have to find them yourself. They won't have the reasons. You have to learn them yourself. They won't give you closure. You have to do that yourself. And remember, if we don't heal the pain of our past, we will bleed all over our future. Just set it down and walk away.
Most expensive real estate in the world, it's your brain. Why do we allow thoughts that will cause a lot of damage to get in? Do we trust in our power to be ourselves, or we are built, or we consume somebody else's thoughts, and that make us vulnerable, that make us not believing in ourselves? We have two drives in life: to be loved and to belong. This is psychology. What do you do to belong to certain groups? What do you don't like to do, but you do just to be a part of the certain groups? These are the destroyers of our confidence. These are the ones that you go to bed and say, why did I do that? Just for some breadcrumbs of respect, or people look at you, oh, he's so cool, she's so cool. It's hard. It's not easy. But it's about having faith on you. I love the quote from Steve Jobs when he took Apple back. It came Oracle, it came Apple, it came a lot of things. Amazon. When he took Apple back, he creates an advertisement called Think Different. And his main statement is like, you can't agree that, you can say that people bothers you, the ones, the peg legs trying to fit in a round situation, the guys that go and fight for everything, or that goes against the crowd, the mass. You can't tell that they are, inconvenient, but you have to admit they are the ones who move the things forward, because they had the courage to go against the flow. And we were told to comply. And thank God I was born different from the beginning. So I don't comply with the general information. But we were born with something different, each one of us. It's the parable of the talents. We all have at least one talent. That if we don't put this talent for everybody to see and enjoy, you're going to go back and give back the talent that was given to you ashamed because you didn't use it. But if you use your talent, you're going to find out that you have a lot more. I will not be here if I don't use this as a way to say, yeah, I cannot speak in public. Wait a little. So sometimes what people see as a problem, it's an opportunity. When you have some things inside of you that are pushing you forward, trust. I love the term intuition, because it's the tuition that comes from your guts, that comes from inside. And if you study neuroscience a little bit, you're going to see that most of your decision making comes from your body, processed by your feelings, and tagged by your brain. So your brain has 5% of decision. The rest is all that happens around. Intuition is the name of the game. Be more intuitive. Believe more in yourself. Because in the end, if that doesn't happen the way you thought it would, it was your choice, not somebody else's. I can leave, saying, oh, it was my choice, it didn't work. But if it's somebody else's choice and I'll try and it didn't work, I feel worse. So, unshakable faith is only that which can face the reason in all human epochs. This is Allan Kardec. He was the codifier of the Spiritist doctrine. And this is really important. Don't have blind faith. Don't believe just because somebody told you. Go and check facts. Go and research. And that's why we here invite you to study a little more, to get references. All of our workers are here. You guys can talk to us. We are always here. And if we can help, that's our reason to be around. And if you do have any other questions, just put on our site on Facebook, and we will respond as well. And if you really like what you heard tonight, please do yourself and us a favor. Talk to somebody else. I would love to see this place full on Thursdays. I would love to see more people willing to know a little bit more about themselves and about Spiritism and how Spiritism can help them to understand themselves better. If I did a little bit of what I was intent to do this favor to us, and we will reciprocate this by keep giving good or the best that we can talks here. Thank you.